Exodus chapter 18. Jethro, the priest of Midian, father-in-law of Moses, heard all that God had done for Moses and for his people Israel when the Lord brought Israel out of Egypt. After Moses had sent away Zipporah his wife, Jethro his father-in-law received her and her 2 sons. The first Moses had called Gershom, for he said, I have been a stranger in a foreign land. And the other Eleazar, for he said, the God of my father came to my help and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. So Jethro, the father-in-law of Moses, came with Moses' wife and sons to the desert where he had encamped at the mountain of God. Moses was told, Your father-in-law Jethro is here. He has come with your wife and her 2 sons. So Moses went out to meet his father-in-law, and bowing low before him, he kissed him. And when each had inquired about the other's health, they entered the tent. Moses then narrated to his father-in-law all that the Lord had done to Pharaoh and the Egyptians for the sake of Israel, and all the hardship they had met with on the way, and how the Lord had saved them. Jethro rejoiced at all the goodness the Lord had shown to Israel in freeing them from the power of Egypt, and he said, Blessed be the Lord who has delivered you from the power of the Egyptians and Pharaoh, and has rescued the people from the grip of Egypt. I realize now that the Lord is greater than all the gods, for he delivered his people from the Egyptians who dealt tyrannically with them. Then Jethro brought a burnt offering and other sacrifices to offer to God, and Aaron came with all the elders of Israel to share this meal with Moses' father-in-law in the presence of God. The next day Moses took his seat to administer justice for the people who stood in front of him from morning till evening. His father-in-law, seeing all the work of Moses for the people, said to him, What is this you are doing for the people? Why do you alone sit and judge, while all the people stand in front of you from morning till evening? Moses answered, It is the people who come to me to know God's will. When there is a dispute, they bring it to me to decide between the 2 parties, and I teach them God's decrees and decisions. Jethro replied, What you are doing is not good. You and these people who come to you will only wear yourselves out, for the work is too heavy and you cannot do it alone. Now listen to the advice I am going to give you, and God be with you. You will be the people's representative before God and bring their cases to Him. You will clarify to them the statutes and decisions and make known to them the way they must follow and what they must do. But choose from among the people capable, God-fearing and reliable men who hate a bribe, and appoint them as leaders for groups of 1,000, 100, 50, and 10. They will administer justice at all times, bringing to your attention only those cases of major importance, while they deal with all those of lesser importance. That will ease your burden, since they will be sharing it with you. If you do this, God will guide you, and you will be able to cope with this duty, and all these people will return to their places contented. Moses followed his father-in-law's advice and did as he said. He chose capable men from among the Israelites and placed them as leaders for groups of 1,000, 100, 50, and 10. They administered justice at all times, bringing difficult cases to Moses, but judging all other cases of lesser importance themselves. Then Moses let his father-in-law return to his own country.